Can you imagine having to build this stuff back when they built these railroads? How much work it was to cut through this rock. And they had to cut through all this rock just in this section right here.
Hey, Bob.
All right, right here it's not all wet and moist and kind of muddish like it was. It's better, way better. We're at a point now where almost all the fog is gone, which is amazing. Haven't seen this in a while. What's this? Is this like a big drop off? Holy crap. Yeah, see, this is another thing on the railroad. That area back there, they had to carve through a hill. Here, they had to fill it all in with dirt. I hear a creek down there, too. That was probably the creek we were driving next to. Alright, to me, there's no way this is natural. This is all fill, or lots of it is, especially here. And this is this private driveway. We came up on that road, we were driving by the creek, came up this driveway, and there's a gate. It says private property. But we have to cross private property, or at least their driveway easement, to continue on the train. But this is where we could have parked. But there's a gap between the gate and this. That, I guess it's not legal to walk on, I guess. Alright, so up to this point where the driveway comes in, this is about 3/4 of a mile from where we parked. And there's a bench. Closed to all motorized vehicles. Yeah, of course. Devoted sisters to cross girls. No parking. This is kind of where that road comes in, the driveway, and the gate is right down there. We couldn't get by. There's somebody's house. Trail, and then another. I guess there's another driveway because it splits. Mile 23. What is this? This thing right here.
My best guess is concrete and bolts.
For what? For like a... Was there another bridge? This is like a wooden bridge. It's like a bridge across a...
I thought there was a train bridge here before, because I don't think the train would go over this.
Some slabs of wood. Actually, there's some concrete reinforcing and stuff here. Yeah, and what is this? Is this an old driveway? Looks like. Looks like it hasn't been used in forever. I wonder if this is even privately owned as we walk back in here, because most of this was so heavily wooded, it looked like more like parkland than like a privately owned property. I think this area over here is kind of where that turnout was that we stopped for a while. Going through a creek. Oh, it is a tunnel, yeah. And then here we're crossing the creek, and then we're going to go right into the tunnel. Alright, right now we're at 1.25 miles hiking, walking from where we parked the car. And there's this creek. Whoa. Didn't know that person was right behind me. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, well, he didn't tell me the last second. So, this is a very narrow tunnel for a big creek. Look how big the creek is. And there is where the tunnel starts. David Gillespie. And there's like little paths to walk down here from, I guess, private property.
Those are steam trains.
This is what it's saying. 9 tunnels and over 30 bridges and viaducts. I think that was a viaduct that we were walking on. Alright, so these are viaducts, which to me look just like bridges. So I don't know what... That was just filled in dirt, I guess, in the other areas I was talking about. Not viaducts. Alright, and then that red clay discharge is supposed to be 600 feet from this entrance. That's the main problem with this tunnel, I guess. You know, it was a constant maintenance issue, I guess. That's what they're making it sound like, and that's they abandoned this thing in 1975. Alright, so it says Big Savage 1911. So it was operational for 64 years. And it's like over 3,000 feet long. That's like a mile, isn't it? Well, you can't really see all the way down there, right? Or can you see in your photograph? We're changing the...
Barely.
That's like a long hallway in a building. And it seems like it's even colder in here, and I do feel a breeze. Denise promised me there would be no wind in the tunnel. It does feel like there's a breeze blowing through this tunnel. It does. There is a breeze, isn't there? And it's going this way. It's coming from the way we're walking and going past us and going out. Well, it's over 3,000 feet long. That's a mile, isn't it? I can see the end now, way down there. There's a pothole. It feels colder and windy in here. What is that? There's a leak. Ready? Hello! Hi. Alright, I think the entrances are about the same size. We're probably halfway. Well, actually, that one looks bigger, but maybe it is bigger. I don't know. But I just came up with the idea of when we walked back through this tunnel, actually, it's at an angle there. That's why. It's never going to be as big this way. It's at an angle. But I'm going to record the entire walk through the tunnel so that folks who aren't here can experience the tunnel for themselves, right? Whoa, this is slippery. Yeah, look at this. It's wet. Yeah, look at the water. Look at these marks. They said western end. This isn't the western end, or is it? Maybe it is. We're almost to the end. End. I'm annoying. I am annoying. Denise wants to know if this is paved or dirt, and if this is concrete, what the walls are made out of. That bottom part is concrete. I guess they redid all this stuff when they refurbished it a few years ago. They said like a $7 million project. And here comes some bikers. Hear 'em. Okay, getting to the end of this tunnel, I'm commenting on the railroad. There's a lot of work that goes into this stuff, and I'm thinking this country, United States, must have been made up of very, very hard workers back in the day. But that has definitely changed with generations, as you know, everybody knows. People get lazier and lazier, they get more complacent, they just take everything for granted. But at least some people are working hard in technology now. That's a new hard work, connecting everybody that way. This is the old way of connecting people. So it's just shifted. But you used to have to really work hard to do anything. Like, it was serious hard work.
Let's close the doors and lock everyone out. They look like castle doors. Look at the hinges.
Oh, man. This is what we need to call a plumber. We've got a leak. Big Savage, 1911. There might be a good, yeah, it opens up here. If there's a view, but probably not, right? Probably. Yeah, well, there might be a view, some kind of view. Let's take a look. This mountain doesn't even seem very tall here. It's a little too high, I guess. They couldn't quite make it over that hump. Here's the overlook point. All the bikers have stopped. So we'll probably have like a little over 4.25 miles. This is the view. I guess it's better on a better day, but there's not really much here.
That's cool.
So we're gonna turn back around. That's the hike for us. Salamander? This is like a northern salamander?
Yeah, these orange ones are newts actually. But
Newts.
this is a baby.
Why is it all the way up here? I guess because of that spring water, mountain spring.
I have no idea. I
might
think
be.
he's gonna get hit by a bike. Relocated.
Uh-oh.
Come here, you. You want a close up?
Whoa. What?
He's so cute. He's
Whoa.
like, please put me down. He shouldn't be in the trail.
All right, we are at an elevation of 2,351 feet above sea level, approximately. This is 3,294.6 feet in length. And this is an old railroad tunnel that was abandoned in 1975. It's called the Big Savage Tunnel, constructed in 1911. That's all I can tell you for sure. And we're gonna walk through the entire thing here. You get the experience of doing everything. The whole walk. There's a little bit of a bend. We've noticed, we've been through it already. So you're right at the end here, it curves. There's a little curve to the left. And there's water coming down. And we may encounter some bikers. There's lots of bikers. We're the only walkers on this trail. See how it curves a little bit? And it straightens out almost immediately. The rest of it is almost perfectly straight. What was the most exciting part of this tunnel, Denise?
Turning around and going back to the car.
Really? It's that exciting? Oh my gosh. I'm sure people are so excited. Well, it is lit all the way through. And everything echoes! Can you say, echo?
There's a person down there. I'm sure they don't want to do this.
Did I just scare them? Maybe. Well, anyway, we didn't plan to go to this tunnel. We were just driving down the road, and here we are. So now you get to watch the entire thing from your lazy boy or your gaming chair on your computer or your mobile device, right? Or your stand-up desk.
From your phone in your car.
Yeah. Or on your screen in your Tesla in your car. If you tune into YouTube. Pretty much it's totally dry on the walking surface. There were no puddles, were there? Or there's a little bit of water right here. A little shine. Supposedly they renovated this a few years ago. And supposedly it's closed in the winter. I think it may have just opened for the season. Because this is what's it called? The bike trail, what's it called? Great something. I can't remember the name now. It's a 150-mile long bike trail, old rail to trail. Denise can look it up on her phone if she wants to. We're in a mountain. There's our shadows. So I think it's about a mile long. Isn't that how many feet are in a mile? Or is that 4,000 feet in a mile? I'll have to look it up. That's what the internet's for. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's only like 3/4 of a mile.
1,600 meters.
Oh. Why don't they just convert the United States over to metric? That's a whole other video topic.
My dad said it was because this country was built on the standard system. That's why he got weak.
Because John Henry, the great railroad worker.
squeaky, and it sounds like a mouse.
You sure that's my foot? I think I have a hinge in my knee. One of my knees wore out. They stuck a hinge in there. Needs a little bit of oil every now and then. That's a bad joke. WD-40 is not oil.
About 3-in-1 oil.
That probably works.
Marvel's mystery oil.
All right, we're getting closer. We've never been this close to the end of the tunnel. All right, say it with me on the count of 3. 1. Wait. Yeah, we'll 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tunnel! That's a long echo. We're pretty much right in the middle, I think, at this point. Close to it. Echo! All right, Denise has something to say now. She wants to say it real loud so you can hear it reverberate. What? You're annoying! This is the wet part with these white streaks or something. We think we notice this on the way over here. Brain material?
Bubbled up in the
That's where we came from. No. At first, when we started walking in the other direction, and that was from the Eastern Continental Divide direction. I guess that's going to be west. Yeah, it's the west side of the tunnel. It'll have to be if we reach the Eastern Continental Divide. So it felt like there was a breeze for the first quarter of our walk, and it felt like the wind was going from east to west, blowing through the tunnel. At least that's what I remember feeling that way. Now I don't feel any breeze at all. I mean, it could be just depending on the temperatures and the pressures on one side of this hill or the other. It's going to either have still air or moving air. I don't know. Do you know about tunnel physics?
No.
No, I don't.
I haven't studied physics since high school.
Did they discuss wind and airflow through tunnels?
No.
And also on the walk in the other direction, there was at least 5 or 6 bikers that passed us. I think I hear a biker now. Is that a biker? It sounds like a swarm of bees approaching. Is it? It is bikes. Okay, so you'll get to see bikes go by. If you listen carefully, it's like a swarm of bees. They're slowing down. One. Just one. All that noise for just one bike. Now it seems like we're actually going downhill a little bit. So that elevation I gave you at the beginning, I think that was the maximum elevation that I found listed on the internet. And I'll also say that in this area in general, it's extremely quiet outside the tunnel, where it's not echoing. Extremely quiet. And if you ever get to visit, we parked on right at the point of the Eastern Continental Divide. There's a road that crosses over. There is an area that is not private property. We were able to park there. And as long as the car isn't towed when we get back, I would recommend it. Or vandalized. And what was it, like a 1.25 mile walk, I think, from that spot to get to this tunnel. A little over that.
You parked about 100 yards from the tunnel.
That was the Eastern Continental Divide. But this tunnel entrance down here that we're getting to, we're almost there. It's a little over 1.25 miles from where we parked, if you're gonna walk it. So this walk for us is gonna be a little over 4 miles altogether. Yes, that would mean the tunnel is about 3/4 of a mile long.
Some brain matter.
Brain matter? Okay, now you can see that better. I guess so. Here comes another biker in the other direction with the headlight. You're not allowed to use any motorized vehicles, it says. I don't know if electric bikes would be considered motorized. I guess they would. See if you can see. You can't see because of the way the camera is. But there's someone entering the tunnel right now on a bike. Almost to the end. If you search the channel, you can find the whole rest of this hike too, if you want to see the rest of it. That's it. That's the tunnel. Actually, this is the drain hole they were talking about. And yeah, you can see the red sand and clay and whatnot that is going out with the water. I guess that was the issue. I can only imagine if they had a problem, they had to stop the train or something and fix the tunnel, clean it out. Nick, now we can see, and you can see all the way down this Continental Divide. There's John Henry. You get a selfie? Alright, well anyway, I want to show you this because you can see, since the fog is lifted. Oh, wait a minute. I also want to mention Denise is very glad she did not wear her regular shoes because it's kind of muddy. There's the one car that happens once an hour on this road. But you can see way down there for a while.